Our next comic is Tom McCormick. Now, this particular comic we usually keep in a cage for days on end, and we only release him to feed him and for bad shows. So, now, I like to call this guy by a lot of nicknames. I like to call him Noster Thomas. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, I know why. Alright, so, now for some tomfoolery, everybody.
How's everyone doing tonight? Good? That's good, because I want to talk about the death penalty a little here. It's funny that it's so popular as an idea here in America because we're mostly Christian, and Christ was all about redemption and forgiveness. And when you sentence someone to death, it's pretty clear that you don't think they're ever going to do anything but be a threat to society. So you want to get rid of the threat, get rid of them. You don't think they can change, but I mean, people change all the time. I mean, if you see someone waiting behind a really slow car, they know the game, they have to wait there, they may ride the bumper for a while, but they're going to wait until they have an opening, they're not going to flash their lights or honk their horn. But once they get around, they unload like Joe Pesci on the car, it's like the Doppler effect of honesty, while they're waiting, it's like, you're going kind of slow, wish you'd speed up, but I can wait. Oh man, I hope you drive off the cliff. I hope you do that because it's that freedom. It gives you a lot of honesty. I mean, but anyway, driving off a cliff. It's a situation you never think you're going to be in, but people end up being in that situation. I think we should all prepare for it a little better. Like, imagine you're driving along and you don't want to listen to Katy Perry's "California Girls" a fourth time, so you look down to turn it. And when you do, you all of a sudden just drive off into the cliff. Then, that's awkward. You just killed all your friends, But, you should have that talk beforehand so you guys can, enjoy yourselves. Do a little scat, beep, bop, hoo-doo-doo, I'm going to die, and then go down. Or, you could sing along to, God willing, I kissed a girl and I liked it, as you're all, going down to, I'm an atheist, and it's a funny thing to teach yourself that you're waiting a doom at the end of things. You have nothing beyond life, and it's a funny thing to wrap your mind around. But I just hope I never have to be on the deathbed of a narcoleptic. Anyway, when I was little, I had some creatively bad self-esteem. This is fun. I thought that maybe beyond my kind of boring day-to-day experience, maybe there was an even worse reality, and that maybe what's happening is that reality is showing me the days out of sync, so that I think, for example, if I'm down on the street in reality, I think that I'm in the shower, So I'm going through my normal routine, I'm just standing in the street washing my hair. I'm just feeling the water against my face, Someone drives by, it's the showering guy again, But, I have some old Irish family in upstate New York, and it's interesting because it's kind of economically depressed, even more so than the rest of the country, and a lot of Hasidic Jews have bought up these bungalows, so it's like two very different communities, and so it always really is intriguing to see a really pretty Hasidic girl because she's off limits, It's so intriguing, and it would be a really great place to have staging a West Side Story, you can have the Irish and the Hasidim, having, choreographed fights, and the Irish can come out, when you're a drunk all the way, from your first stolen beer to your last dying day, or then that forbidden romance, like Hadassah. All the beautiful sounds in the world in one word. Hadassah. I just met a girl named Hadassah. And suddenly to me that name will never be the same. Hadassah. Yeah. But I'm a college student right now. I'm a theater major with a bad memory. I like theater because it gives me a chance to live in poverty and be surrounded by gays, but I don't have to move to the Tenderloin. You know. And you guys ever see someone walking down the street wearing a sleeveless camo shirt, you know, with a mean limp, walking his bulldog, and wonder if he's happy with who he is? I think the funniest part about carrying some roadkill onto a plane, you know, carrying on luggage, would be a stewardess telling you, this really isn't funny. Yeah. Two of the dumbest kinds of jokes are haircut jokes and SeaWorld jokes. So I'm going to put them both together for you right now. Hey, where'd you get that haircut? SeaWorld? Actually, yes. I got in a fight with a short-sighted lobster, and I'm still in therapy for that. People are always saying that something is ruthless, you know, that, you know, it's got no Ruth, you know, it lacks the compassion of Ruth from the Old Testament, you know, but you never hear someone saying that was very Ruth-like of you, you know? I thought you were Ruth for a second there, you know, very Ruthful of you. Sounds very wholesome. Paul, very Ruthful of you. Thank you. But, is it alright to objectify a woman if she's dressed like a man? No, it's worse. I found out the hard way that speed dating does not involve drugs. That's a mistake I paid for at the laundromat. It must be really hard to meet people when you're in a foreign place. Like on Craigslist, I saw this ad that said, "Single seeking same." Yeah, he's got a long road ahead of him. One of the funniest ways that I see guys coming on to girls is to talk about all the problems in the world. You know, so they look intelligent and compassionate at the same time. Like I was in line the other day, and I heard this guy saying, "Hey, this line is nothing. I just came back from India." China's getting big. It actually does make me nervous to think about, you know, this big totalitarian state becoming the biggest thing in the world. But it kind of shows how. Let me just set up here for a second. China. Think about China for a second. What that implies, China. Yeah, it shows kind of how spoiled we are here in America, that we get worried just to think about us losing supremacy in the world, that someone out there is bigger than us. That's a pretty nice position to be in. A nice thing to worry about. You know, like you could say, these boots are made by children, and that's all that they do. One of these days, those children are gonna walk all over. Yeah, there's a lot of Chinese children, even with the one child per family band. Yeah, so, this is a pretty song here. Hope y'all can relax for a minute. Yeah. Loving you is easy because you're beautiful. Now that's a very pretty song, but I was thinking about it, and it's got a mean implication. So, loving someone is easy because they're beautiful. So, loving someone would be hard if they were ugly. Loving you is hard because you're ugly, and me too. You always laugh at the handicapped. And I'm a big Cat Stevens fan. I hope it shows. It's nice how he can, sing about really big issues, just like life, flat out. He doesn't, doesn't pussyfoot around. And so this is a little ode to him. And I dedicate this song to our host here, Michael, enjoying his hamburger. Yeah, here we go. Guess I'm leaving you. Guess you're leaving me. Guess we're breaking up. Guess we're moving on. And I guess I'm getting old. Guess I'll get a job. Guess I'll get a wife. Guess I'll have some kids. And I guess I'll raise the kids. And I guess we'll grow apart. Guess I'll sing some songs, and I guess I'll convert to Islam, and I don't know why. Guess do this. Well, this is my last bit here. I hope you enjoy it. It's another little ode I put together. It's called For Growing Bones. Sometimes when I'm alone, I call numbers that say hablo Espanol, just to practice my Spanish. My favorite part about watching Star Trek with a girl was waking her up as a Ferengi. Girls my age always act their age. I guess it's all the rage, but I don't care if it's odd. I wanna be Harold, do you wanna be Mom? And I wanna get a hand on Superman, and I wanna get on Goldie Hawn, and I wanna get close to Glenn Close, and I wanna get deep in Meryl Streep. Whenever I see a ghost, I want Sigourney Weaver the most, and whenever I smell coffee, I want them Greer by me, because matrimony is a very heavy chain. It takes two people to hold it, and sometimes three. So hey, Mrs. Robinson, you can make yesterday our last day alone. Just one thing I've got to know, is Mr. Robinson home? I've got the body of a scholar for a Hellenbaum collar, and I got the mind of a porn star for Julianne Moore. I would like to thank Gloria Steinem for all she's done for women, and I'd like to reward Carrie Fisher for blowing up the empire. Cause women are in the prime from 34 to 69, and I don't care what they say, I'm gonna love grown women till their dying day. Thank you.
I couldn't have done it myself. So anyway, that was our show tonight. I would like to thank you all for joining us on this fair eve, and I would also like to give special thanks to all the people who performed, to Miranda, and for Jasmine for helping me set this up, also to Michael Dominguez for sound. You have a tip jar.